Alright, take number 2. We had like I had a little water skit and everything, but anyway, welcome to Stickey Johnson Podcast, the last episode of it, that is. Me and Envy will be doing this in the future, but since we haven't got the cameras set up to be automatic yet, we do have that feature, we just don't know how to do that. We're gonna experiment in the upcoming days, and we'll get it so we'll both be on here on the couch. And when we are both on here on the couch, we're gonna have guest stars, fun activities, hey, maybe even an ex-president. Speaking of presidents, good segue there, Dan. Thank you, Dan. We have Mr. Jacob West, right?
That's correct.
Welcome, Mr. West. So, as you are currently the leading president of Paradise City,
That's correct.
what are your plans for it? Are we gonna get some good old elections, politics, and kind of crap, or what are you thinking?
There probably won't be elections until I decide to retire or I am dragged by my legs to retirement.
Interesting. Why do you think that?
Uh, just due to I do not believe that there are any more competent people in this city besides myself that could, not run this place into the ground.
Okay, fair. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate here a bit. That's right, fellas. I'm gonna become the devil. I'm gonna get spiky horns and white glowing eyes. Wait, yeah, we should be good to say that. All right. Do you think me or Mr. Elliot are competent?
Absolutely, but I didn't expect you to ever want to run for an election, Dan.
Hey, be truthful. If I was retired, I would definitely run for election.
But you're not anymore. Is the thing.
I wasn't retired to begin with. What do you mean, fella? I wasn't retired. This bozo thinks I was retired. No. I was not retired.
Okay.
Nah, I was just doing some farming work.
Anyways,
I was still doing this actual podcast, but I wasn't here. I was, in my mystery shack, as it's been dubbed by the teens. So, what are your plans for the future? Parks, reconstruction. I mean, fire's gone reconstruction with Manco, but what's your plans? What buildings are you gonna get built in the city?
well, construction really isn't my part in the whole ordeal. I'm more just keep the peace, keep things running as smoothly as possible. Um, and really, right now, my main plan of such is to try and better fund police, try and get more businesses in the city, and
I like that.
and I think the final thing is make sure that there'll always be food for people.
So let me hear this. You're kind of more like a mayor instead of a president, right?
You could say so, but we say president since it was a title for Service City.
Dude, I swear I am tripping so much balls here today. I don't know why.
Yeah. But no, we say president for the more historical matter of such.
Okay. So, something I do want to talk about. Have you planned to establish a new Senate or a new council? A lot of people have been wondering that. Well, what happened to Senate? Did it die? No one really knows. I'm pretty sure President Westy formed it, but I want to know what your opinion is of that.
It's very troublesome to try and find people once again. I mean, you would obviously be on it. Elliot would be on it. But it's still hard to try and find people willing to actively participate in a Senate. We have very competent people that could be on Senate, but it's just more of a problem we also had with the Senate back in the day is participation for it.
Well,
maybe low.
Let me tell you this. If I was to make a Senate, I'd make a Senate made out of businesses. Big and small. Because then you truly have the people.
That is true.
So that's not even for you to think about. So, why the hell? Dude, I swear there's some sort of ghost or something in here, because I just got cold chilled out my body. I lived in hell, so I don't know what the hell's going on. I really
Maybe
don't.
the ghost of William West.
Bro, if William West. Bro. Oh, these kids are getting to me, fella. I'm telling you. Ah, if William West is just flying right through me or something, I think I'm gonna have problems with that. I think I'm gonna get a lawyer at that point.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah, he sensed an interview going on with a president.
No offense, I don't want your father flying through me. That just sounds weird.
Who knows? You never know.
Yeah, still. That'd be weird, huh?
Absolutely.
So, where are you living nowadays?
In my father's estate currently.
Ooh. So you mean that old house? Way over yonder?
Yep, that's the exact place.
To be fair, I'm talking about the one by the jungle.
Oh, no. The one by the Legion bunker.
Oh, well, that's your house now?
Yes.
You know,
We moved. Yeah, honestly, I think I don't know how best to explain it. It helps with the grief, is the best thing I'm gonna say.
it's been, like 6 months. Something I
Yes.
do want to clarify. I just did the news. I'm doing this right afterwards because I'm very hyper about this. I did check with some people about it. I had to actually, a local legend, the Guardian of Time, pop in and give me the correct date. So I do apologize. It was precisely, it was not a year. I do want to clarify that. It was not a year. It was around 4 to 6 months, I believe. Um, in some places it's 6, in some places it's 4. So for just clarification, it is 4 months to most people. But still, 4 months. God darn, a lot of time passed. Anyway, sorry about that. I just needed to clarify that to the audience.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you saw
Um,
Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off, Mr. West.
well, I honestly I've taken my father's death a lot more lightly than King Axel has. His poor emotional state is the best way I could describe it.
Dude, I don't know
Uh,
how. I guess Chromia could have sensed his death, but she's handling like a trooper. She's getting stuff built back up
well,
and working
well,
her
in
butt off.
public,
But
those two obviously look like everything's fine. They have to, but in closed doors,
yeah,
it's not. It's not a good sign.
well,
Me, I was close to my father, but I I didn't really feel much besides. I guess I just miss him.
well, he may be gone, but he's still with us, like you said earlier. I mean, he was a sin after all, or a guardian, so I doubt he's gone anywhere. In fact, he'll probably just reincarnate some of his essence. Hey, maybe you'll be your next father. You'll just grow up and you'll hear his voice in your head. Wouldn't that be fun?
No, okay.
Uh, Alright. I do have a few other interviews going on today. So I'm trying to think what I want to get through with you. Ooh. Do you think we're finally entering a time of true prosperity?
I I I hope so. I mean, I never want to jinx myself since there seems to be something always around the corner ever since I came back here. As of right now, I do think we are entering a time of prosperity. Though it may not be exactly how I want it to be prosperous, it is prosperity.
Sorry, dude, I'm just like, I'm tripping, like, no, get close to my table. Look at it.
Yes.
No, practice. Yeah, look at how it starts becoming weird. Here, let me move this.
Are you alright?
Someone is screwing with me today. It's driving me nuts. Ellie,
Maybe it's the ghost of Stinky Johnson.
dude. God darn it. Move God darn it. Stupid. Gosh, microphone. No, come on. You know what? Whatever. It's going there. I'm out of the mood. Clearly, I can't win with a microphone tonight, fellas. Thank you, Elliot, for moving the camera up that way. Let me try. I'm trying to think. I can't think of any other questions I want to ask you. So, are you a hugger? Because I'm a hugger.
Well, I guess if you just want to talk before we actually end this, just have a conversation between both of us. Honestly, I'm shocked you didn't ask about the new suit.
Oh shoot! It's like a father suit. You get it from the Tuxan Rabbit.
It is my father's. I thought it'd be the only. I thought it'd be one of the only ways that could honor his memory. Axel will be wearing something similar until his official funeral.
Looks nice. Looks nice. West always had a really good sense of style. Elliot, could you pan the camera over here? Thank you. Oh yeah. By the way, don't know if you're able to see it. If you could get the camera up a bit, Elliot. We got a deer I hunted. Man, that sucker was hard. It was actually found in the wasteland. Oh, I tell you, it was difficult. Anyway, come on, a little bit down. A little bit more. A little bit. Yeah, come on, some more down. Elliot, that's over down. Elliot, what are you doing there, fella? I'm just joking around with you anyway. Alright. Anyway, I mean, I don't really have much else to conversate about. Like, Fire gifted me this place, so.
No, as well. I mean, I can feel myself just feel. I mean, my purple hair is now turning a much lighter shade. Yeah. I honestly think I look. It feels like I aged nearly 20 years in just these 4 months alone.
Yeah, sometimes death does feel like that, though. I felt like that after Stickey Johnson passed. And it was sometime this year, you know that? Oh, or last year. It was rough, you know?
What makes it worse is less than a week after my dad's death, we found out my wife was expecting. So
we found out what?
My wife was expecting.
He's finally a grandfather. That's always what he wanted.
He knew before we even did. It was the last thing he spoke to me about on the phone during the battles.
Even though he's losing his mind, he's still trying to be a good dad.
I never thought he lost his mind. I think his body lost his way.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. Well, I think we should end today's podcast.
I'm sorry it was so short.
No, thank you. I'm just glad I could get you on here. And I was really not expecting you to actually show up. You know,
I'm also shocked you didn't ask anything about my businesses or anything going on with that side of things.
How are your businesses? I didn't even think about that.
So, really surprisingly, they've seen it's a weird way the economics work. We've seen a big boom ever since my dad's death. I mean, profits have only skyrocketed ever since such. Even though the Legion hated him, it seems like that they have a sort of respect for him in a weird way. A lot of these veteran soldiers seem to honor him by joining West Bank. I mean, West Bank has, I'm pretty sure, nearly 10 to 20,000 new signatories alone this week.
Good lord.
Yeah. Right now, I think the highest profit margin we had mm, was nearly $2 billion in a week, and over a billion of that 2 billion has gone into a lot of welfare stuff that the West supports.
So,
So yeah,
what's gonna happen to Westburg?
gonna stay open.
Alright, alright.
All that, everything West related will stay open. That's why it's not called the William Burger or the William Bank. It is solely a family restaurant, a family business. Though it is seeing, though I will be putting up memorials to my father around most of his businesses.
I think that's a good idea.
I think it's the only idea I could think of to help honor him, even though he is quite this divisive among a lot of people,
Ah,
especially after this war.
you know, let me, excuse me here, son. Uh, I was trying to see if you could see it from here, but. A second. Oh, yeah, that's all over there. Do I have another window here? Sorry, I just remembered something. And how the hell did I just. Okay, I don't even have a question how the hell I just walked through a table. What kind of
I
window is this? I'm seeing a volcano. Sorry about that, Mr. West.
you're fucked.
I just remembered something I didn't include on the news a few hours ago, which is very important. You know Crane's memorial statue?
Yes.
It has finally been defaced. And it's actually finally going reconstruction, repairing the damage that has been broken. The pieces that have fallen off and crap like that is finally being repaired. So, I just wanted to say that.
I'm I'm very glad about that, honestly, since really, if you look at the history of Paradise City, it is truly more of a city of Crane than it is a West, than it is a Portal Man. Uh,
Eh,
this city was built off of a lot of Crane's
well,
achievements.
honestly, I'd say the city was built by two main people. Like, who really built the city? Fire
Yeah.
and Crane.
Well, I'm more talking on the political field than the physical field. You
Yeah.
could argue that Fire has built, I mean, you could give so many achievements to Fire. But solely, if you're talking about the government structure and the safety of citizens,
Oh, yeah.
I would honestly just give that to Crane.
Oh, 100%.
Because really, Portal Man and my father, especially Portal Man, actually, Portal Man alone, I would contribute to the creation of New Haven, the nation of New Haven, and Old New Haven, or in the Old New Haven city.
Yeah.
And I'd give my father credit for the creation of for the reform of the nation and further prosperity of it.
Yeah, this nation's gone through a lot of history. I know the museum plans to open up some new exhibits. Uh, Mrs. Clockworth, uh, has actually, the museum's curator has actually discussed that they have gotten, something of history. One of the raft trees, the ones that were just like gassy red trees. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
She's actually going to be having one in her museum. That's
Good.
really cool.
Honestly, I wonder who's been president longer, Portal Man or William? Because William was president during the cryptid situation, while Portal Man was president for 15 years after the
Hmm.
big war.
And see, that's true, but I think you would also have to consider the alternate timeline situation, which we all pretty common knowledge now.
Well, absolutely, but in both timelines, the cryptid situation happened. The only difference is who was president during the war. And really, I argue this timeline is the better. I mean, it's obviously the better timeline. But if
Oh,
you look at it,
yes, definitely.
I'm near certain William, by now, has been president longer.
By now, I definitely would say so, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, though, Portal Man has left a better impact. I mean, he still lives. So obviously, he's left a better impact.
Yeah, he lives in Butcher Creek, dude. That place has
Mhm.
become a bit of a tourist attraction now. People actually go there, take some photos. He's been, Panda Insurance and him set it up. You know, come meet your hero, Portal Man, today. We'll give a tour of the swamp. And there's also a disclaimer that's very goddamn long. It's like, you know, we're not responsible for gator injury, scrapple injury, like every pretty much injury you can get in this swamp, they're not responsible for, which is funny as hell.
Yeah. I mean, though another thing we are planning, and I can now finally say this publicly,
Mhm.
at the 1 year anniversary of the war, we plan to sorry, we plan to have a memorial for all the soldiers, veterans of all these wars. We're
I,
just waiting until the 1 year anniversary because we didn't know if there'd be all of a sudden another war that came up in that time.
you know, I don't think there is gonna be another war on this planet. I think, I don't know, I just, something feels
That's what we
different.
said after antimatter, though. We thought there'd be no more. And then
No,
encryption came around.
oh no, I knew there was gonna be more wars, and it's something that didn't feel right, but now it just, I don't know, since like the universe has gone beautiful, really.
I agree with that, and it's sad my dad will never get to see us.
Well, without him, the universe wouldn't have gotten to this point. So we have to thank him for that.
It's hard to. I'm sorry, I have a very different opinion about this. Honestly, I wish I could have traded my life for his. He deserved to grow old. He never grew old. Did you know that?
I don't think he would have
I
ever
mean,
wanted to.
honestly, deep down, Dan, we all say he wouldn't want to, but deep down, I think he did. He just could never accept that he wanted it.
That's an
He could
interesting.
never accept that he wanted a normal life.
That's an interesting way to put about it.
It's as well, he was so worried about his legacy. How could you ever retire when you know you could live longer? What happens when that time ends up and you never expect it to? That's what happened to him before the Legion brought him back. I
Yeah.
mean, you never expected you'd suddenly run out of time. I doubt I doubt he ever knew it before he came back to life. I mean, honestly, the amount of information that Chris and Michael were able to find is insane.
Yeah, I'm glad Christopher publicly shared that with everyone.
Yeah. No, personally, I think he did it just to make his public image look better. But anyways, nonetheless,
That's an interesting theory now, fella. I want to talk about that.
well, it's because if you we do a lot of polls at the West News Station. Not a lot. Well, now you have almost after West's death, this news station he desperately wanted to bring up suddenly has thousands of people joining it. So
Well, as long as they still stay subscribed to us, we ain't gonna have a problem.
Well, I mean, our news station is sort of like just, oh, you go up and read on the paper if you want it. It's an online newspaper. It's not like you guys have much more entertaining stuff. You know what I mean?
Hey, you guys are just selling newspapers. I see, I see.
Oh, yeah, yeah. My dad always thought that he never wanted to try and compete with you on that. He did honestly just want newspapers, have a general life with that, so people could read up on polls, opinion polls. But anyways, back to the point. Christopher's approval among the city was the lowest of the Aftons. I mean, Michael was at, I'm pretty sure, near 90% of Moss Haven adored him. Adored him. I think it was about 70% like that, and Chris was down at 30.
I mean, to be fair, have you heard some of the stuff that's been leaked from his life about the Bitsy stuff?
Honestly, I believe all robots are people, and I always will. I just don't because at this point, they're just husks. No, no, it's so weird. They're not even animatronics. He's destroying just a piece of metal. Like, I'm not kidding. He just point. I mean, I look at this cup in front of us. He would destroy that cup saying it's a Bitsy. I mean, he's just that far gone when it comes to this Bitsy hatred. He destroys anything orange in his house.
Why?
I don't know. He just says it reminds him of Bitsy. I do not understand what that Bitsy animatronic did to him. It's physically messed with his psyche.
Well, luckily, a new therapy office is going to be opening here in Paradise City. So
Oh my
maybe
god, he needs it.
he can come and check it out.
Absolutely. But
Actually,
no, and then if you look after he released the information, his public opinion almost went up to, I think, 60 to nearly 70%.
and then the
So I had
Bitsy
an
information came out. And then it went back down.
No. He was sitting at a healthy 50 to 60. Then the Bitsy stuff dropped before the war happened, dropped him down to 30. And just because he released the information about the Wests, I mean, he did it at such a perfect time that people just don't. It'll probably go down after, after the hype after West's death sort of drains out of the media.
Yeah. Well, that's all the time we have today. I have to tend my crops. So, thank you.
Well, I absolutely. Please talk with my lovely, beautiful secretary about, and I absolutely want to do this again. Hopefully, before my hair turns completely white.
Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you for, sorry, the microphone was being a little crappy for a second. Thank you for joining me today. I genuinely really enjoyed this. It was
I
nice
did too.
having a sit-down podcast.
I haven't. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't talked to someone like in this type of setting, and besides my wife and brother, besides family. I mean, in a very long time.
And like I said, you are fine with this being recorded, right?
Well, I honestly wish. I'm glad it's recorded. I want the people to understand what the history of this place is and what's going on.
You're a good president, Mr. President. Anyway.
I hope to be president for a long time.
Just like your dad. Anyway, fellas.
Yeah.
This is Stickey Johnson Podcast. With Dan Daryl Dave, Destroyer. Signing off.